Yes, I'm Liz Thwaite and I'm the head of RHS Garden Harlow Carr.
What are we doing today then? We're actually at the gardens today with the new bees, with the new apiary, I think, isn't it?
It's an apiary, yes. We're opening our new apiary. This is a project we've been working on with the Harrogate-Informer Beekeepers Association. So it's a new facility which has got lots of different hives of bees in it, and it's a learning facility for the Beekeepers Association, so they can do lessons here and teach people how to keep their own bees. And also obviously it's a facility for us and for our customers too, so it's really wonderful.
And the apiary is actually behind you then, so we've got, how many hives are actually in that area? Is it like, it's obviously like, sorry,
30.
I mean, I'm going to ask you how many bees there are.
Yeah, no, don't. No, this is what.
Can you name all the bees?
Yes, of course. Yeah, no. So we've got 30 beehives in the area behind, and obviously they're all busy buzzing away and working today. So, and then the beekeepers will be able to explain to people that come and see them how to look after bees in their own garden and how to sort of deal with them and make sure that they are getting the best out of their bees.
And why did you decide this was the right project then for Harlow Carr?
We've had a long and great relationship with the Harrogate-Informer Beekeeping Association for many, many years, and bees are so important to gardens, and they're really, obviously, really key pollinators to gardens. And so when you plant plants in your garden, if you can plant plants that encourage bees, that's fabulous for the environment. So because bees and gardens go hand in hand, or wing in wing, then this is a really good project for us to be involved in, and also it's great for our customers to see something a bit different when they come here as well. In May half term, which starts on the 28th of May, we've got whole super bee events for the whole of the half term week, and this is really a great way to sort of showcase what we're doing with bees and get people interested in them.
Yes, please. Just give the edge up.
You don't really need to smoke these bees very much. So these girls have only had the super. This is the super. They've only had this put on a few days really, so they haven't started drawing the wax out, so it is still very light. There's not a lot of anything going on in there at all. Put down underneath. Hopefully there's a bit more activity. So we always open it away from us, because if they are grumpy, the weather doesn't help, they'll fly up and away from us and not into my face. We turn over the board. This is a queen excluder, so she can't get up into here and lay eggs. And we check under here to see if we can see the queen. Now we mark our queens, and we can't see anybody with a dot, so we know she's not there. So we're going to pop that there so that she can climb. Bees can climb back up if they want. Keep me right if I miss anything, Anton.
I'm sure you won't.
If I sound like I'm going to start swearing. I'm actually at the wrong side because my dummy board's over there. But we'll brazen it out. It's alright. We'll keep going from this side. So all I'm doing now is giving them a little bit of smoke, just to encourage them to move away from here. Now normally, like I say, I've got a dummy board at that side, which I take out first. The bees don't draw any comb on it, and it gives me a little bit of wiggle room so I don't squash the bees as I pull them out. So because I'm at the wrong side, it just made it a little bit more difficult. So here we go. So just checking that the queen's not on here. But what you can see, hopefully, on this side, you can see a few girlies here with pollen on their hind legs. They bring in pollen to make food for the brood, and these cells around the top are capped honey for food, and in here these are pollen stores, and the shiny liquid is nectar. So that's a beautiful frame of stores. And in this corner, oh sweeties, we've got larvae. Can you see them? Beautiful, curly C-shaped, juicy larvae. So what I'm going to do is just pop these. I am Sarah Haynes from Harrogate Beekeepers. I am the Education Officer and I'm also the Harlow Carr apiary manager. So I teach the beginners in the classroom, and I do talks in schools and clubs like Beavers and Brownies. Well, our old teaching apiary used to be at the far side of, just off site actually, behind the staff car park, and it was never very good for the bees. I might need to edit that. But this site, it's been a few years in the creation between our committee and RHS, and they came up with this plan and the design. Some of our, I think our chairman. So it took a few years, and they started building it early last year, finished in June or July. And last year was our centenary as well, but because of COVID and all the problems that just went around that, we decided that we'd do the opening this year, and I thought World Bee Day was a really good day to do it. So we tied in World Bee Day with the centenary. And one of our very, very revered, esteemed members, John Annette, died at the end of 2020. And he was part of RHS Harlow Carr before it was RHS Harlow Carr, as they just mentioned. So they remembered John Annette as part of the gardens. We remembered John Annette, obviously. He was a big part of the education of beekeepers. So the link between us and RHS, it just all seemed to come together. It's a lovely way to remember him and to celebrate everything he stood for, the education and the gardens and, you know, the beauty of here and the new. So
the apiary itself, how many hives and how many bees would you estimate?
Oh, don't ask me any bees. Everybody asks me that. At the height of the season, so about this time of year, May, June, July, I can put you to sleep with nerdy bee facts. You can edit all this out. But at the height of the season, a young queen can lay more than her own body weight in eggs every day. So up to 2,000 eggs a day. She lays day and night, she doesn't sleep. So in a good strong colony, in these sort of hives, you can have 50 to 60,000 bees. We're primarily a teaching apiary, so we're not really into honey production. What we do is raise the colonies to split and provide new colonies for the beginners to take home. So that's their beekeeping career started. So that's our focus. If we get honey, that's a bonus. For example, at the end of last season, we had just under 30 colonies, and then the beginners take their colonies home, and we go back down to the smaller numbers for winter. But yes, up to 30 colonies. So you can do the maths. I never taught maths. You can work it out.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to open the John Annette apiary today. John was an enthusiastic educator, beekeeper, and a leading member of the Northern Horticultural Society, who started Harlow Carr Gardens in 1946. John was crucial in ensuring the future of these wonderful gardens right up to 2001, when he worked with the Royal Horticultural Society as the two societies merged. Since then, the RHS have continued to manage and extend the gardens, with new additions and innovations over the years. John would have been thrilled to see such a wonderful addition to the gardens. Without pollinators such as honeybees, there would be no flowers and our diet would be sadly depleted. I'd like to thank both Harrogate and Ripon beekeepers for inviting us here today, and RHS Harlow Carr for providing such a beautiful setting. It is therefore my great pleasure to declare the John Annett Apiary open and to send my good wishes to all those who will be taught the craft of beekeeping in it. Thank you.